Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another keto video. I did promise that I would do a video on the ketogenic diet. I've got a lot of new subscribers and I just want to update my keto and let you guys know what it is, how it works, and what we eat. So you're not going to want to miss this video. Go get a treat, get settled in, and get ready to learn what the ketogenic diet is. And my old comers that already know, stick around because you're going to learn some more too. Welcome back, everyone. Great to see you. Glad to have you in. Hope you got a treat and hope you're ready to hear what the ketogenic diet is, how it works, and what we eat. Okay, for starters, the ketogenic diet. First off, it is not a diet. It is a way of life. This is going to be life-changing and something that you will do for life. Any way of life or any change or any diet should never be called a diet. It always should be a way of life. But they're saying that the ketogenic is something that you want to do for life because it changes your life. It changes everything. I just got done doing a video on all the benefits of keto. So you're not going to want to go on keto, lose your weight, magically keep it off. That won't work. You are going to have to stay ketogenic, or whatever diet you're doing, you're going to have to stick at it forever because otherwise we'll gain our weight back. But you want to keep the benefits that come with the ketogenic and the ones that I just, told you guys about. If you didn't get to see that video, definitely check that out. I did talk about all the benefits of keto, but this is just talking about ketogenic diet and how it works. So what the ketogenic diet is a high-fat, low-carb diet, similar to the Atkins, but the Atkins phase 1. Atkins went into, I believe, 4 phases, 3 or 4, but the first phase is where you're in a state of ketosis. Now, ketosis is just a big word for fat burning mode. Our body is always burning fat for fuel since our fuel system is fats now and we're not running on carbs anymore. When you are eating only 20 carbs a day, and that's what we do in ketosis, 20 carbs or less a day, you can do 0, you can do carnivore, you do not even have to eat carbs, so do know that. But anyways, it is what, we don't have an energy source through carbs now, so now we're working through fats. That is our energy source. Now, right off the bat, before I even begin, I want you to understand, okay, it is 20% protein, 75% fat, 5% carb. All right, that is what makes up our calories. That is our macros. Our macros and calories come from the fat, the protein, and the carbs that we eat. That's what makes up our calories. Now, the 75% fat is not for everybody. If you are in weight loss, you are going to use most of that 75% off your body. Use your body fat as your high fat source. And a lot of people get that wrong. I was taught professionally by a keto doctor, 2 keto nutritionists, my brother who teaches this as a job, and all of the studying that I've done myself. And it makes perfect sense because when ketogenic diet first came out, it was back in the 1920s, like I said, for epilepsy, treating in children that were skinny kids, trying to stop seizures. So putting them into a state of ketosis was stopping the seizures, but these skinny kids were losing weight. So they needed to figure out a plan to keep them in ketosis where the seizures would not come back or would subside a lot, but keep them from losing weight. So they came up with that magical number of 75% fat. Nowadays, we're doing it to lose weight. So we wouldn't eat 75% fat. It would make no sense at all. And if people out there still believe that, that's crazy. A child would understand that a obese fat person, and I'm not cutting anybody down, I was fat, I was obese, I was a round ball. I was disgusting. I weighed almost 300 pounds at 5'3". I was gross, okay? I had this big, giant, fat stomach, lots of blubber, lots of fat. So I'm not cutting anybody down. There was no reason I needed to eat fat. I had plenty of fat on my body to be my fat source. And before I even read about it or even was taught by the doctor, it made sense to me. When I went in to talk to my keto doctor, we went over the keto and she started explaining that. And I said, I kind of already figured that we would use the fat on our body. She goes, yes, that is going to be your source of fat. So you're going to eat lower fat foods, things that are healthier and lower in fat, like chicken and fish and seafood and ground turkey, things like that. You're going to leave the red meats and the heavy meats and the butters and the oils and the nuts and all of that till maintenance mode when you're skinny and you don't have an energy source left anymore because now you have no fat on your body. So now you need to eat fat, okay? But in the beginning, to lose weight, you don't need to eat the fat. You will always eat fat because there's nothing out there completely fat-free. So you're always going to eat some fat. But use your body fat as much as possible. Don't do that number of 75%. Now, some people that are trying to gain weight is going to eat even more than 75%. There's another one that's going to be different. We're not all going to be 75%. That magical number that they came up with, like I said, was for children that were skinny to not be losing weight. So it was 75%. But a heavy person or a fat person overweight or a person that's very thin trying to gain weight is going to eat more fat. Somebody trying to lose weight is going to eat less fat. When you get to maintenance, you're going to do that 75% fat. All right? You're always going to be at the 20% for protein. Protein's the most important on this way of life. You need half your current body weight in protein. For example, if you weighed 200 pounds, you would eat 100 grams of protein a day. And that is important. You can go a little higher, you can go a little lower a few days, but really try to stick at that half your current body weight always, okay? Because you can lose hair, not feel as well. It's important to get your protein. That's the one macro that you need to stick to the 20%. But the 5% carb and the 75% fat does not have to be met. You do not have to meet those macros, okay? You can do 0 carb and live forever, and you can do way less fat than 75% fat if you have fat on your body. Remember that. If you're skinny, you need the fat then. Then you need to eat it in foods. But right now, you're going to get your 75% in your body fat. Wow. And you're going to lose weight incredibly fast. I've been on a 4-year keto journey, over 4 years. I just recently did an updated video on my 4-year journey. Go check that out. It's in my keto journey under my playlist, and you'll get to see. In the first 15 months, because I did it correctly, I lost over 150 pounds and got into maintenance mode in just a little 15 months. Wouldn't you love to know in 15 months you can be at your goal weight? If you're thinner than I am, you could be at your goal weight way before that. Wouldn't you love to be there? I don't know anybody that wants to wait forever to get there. So yes, if you eat 75% fat, you are going to lose weight. If you are very morbidly obese and overweight, you will lose, but you're going to hit a plateau. I never hit any plateaus because I was already eating lower fat, and as I went down, and it seemed like not really a plateau, but I wasn't losing as fast, I would drop 50 calories down, and that was fat. I would drop out a pat of butter or something, which I really didn't eat a lot of butter, but that's for an example. I would drop out 50 calories, and I just kept losing and losing and losing. And everybody that follows me, for instance, Monica from Team Dave and Mon, and I'll link her channel again down below, she lost over 150 pounds in 18 months. I guided her the whole way for the 2 years she was doing it, for the 18 months that she needed my help till she hit maintenance. I helped her. To this day, I still help her, but she has learned a lot on her own now too with the study and things that she's done. And, it's just amazing to watch her journey. I wish I could have showed you guys my journey from the start to finish. I started this channel as AngelsHeavenlyNailz, and I talked about keto one day and it blew up. So I changed it into a keto channel and started teaching. I wish I would have done it on here, but Monica did it from start to finish. You got to watch her videos. She started at almost 300. She was 298 like me. I was almost 300 as well. And she's down to today between 145 and 150, and she is taller. I think she's 5'7" 5'6", 5'5", or 5'6", and she looks phenomenal. You guys go check it out and look at her journey. It's just amazing. And I guided her every step of the way. And she will tell you that. I guided her every single day. I talked to her on the phone every single day, through texts, through talking, all of it. And I guided her all the way, and I taught her about the low fat and how to do it, and that's why she lost it so fast. And I know many of you that want to get it off fast because nobody wants to sit forever, because that's when the people fail. Statistically, they say 99% of people will fail on diets. And why is because we never get to goal. It takes too long. We have too many cheat days. You know, we don't like the foods we're eating. It just gets boring, all of that. So let's change all that, because first off, the keto foods we eat are amazing. If you've seen my channel or watched my channel, you see I make amazing meals. If you haven't, go into my playlist, look under my keto style mukbangs and my keto treats, and look at what I have come up with. I have recreated almost everything out there and turned it into keto, from onion rings to corn dogs to pizza to Chinese dishes to wontons, which isn't that Chinese dish, to cereals, to, I mean, I even came up with cocoa wheats. Let's see, what else have I done? The McGriddle. I mean, I have recreated everything and made it keto, and it's delicious. So the foods are good. You get to, you know, so you're eating super good. You lose the weight really fast if you use your body fat, and you get it off super fast and feel amazing and have all these incredible benefits that come with it. You'll get off medications. Your brain fog will go away. You will just be thinking clearer, and everything and anything is going to heal in your body. Cancers, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, all of it's going to cure. It's going to be amazing what happens. Other things that are going to happen is you are going to realistically get to that goal. That's what's awesome. And if you stay away from the cheat days, stay away from those cheat days. I did not have my first cheat till I was at goal, and I've only had 9 cheat days in over 4 years. Okay, so that just shows you that I never cheat. I just don't, because I feel like I cheat every day with the foods that I eat. So those are the important things that you want to know that are going to happen. And who doesn't want to get the weight off right away? When somebody says they don't care if it takes forever because it took forever to gain it, is silly, and it's hard for me to believe that. I'd like to hook them up to a lie detector test, because if they could get to the goal weight like I did in 15 months, believe me, everybody would want to do it. I don't know anybody that wants to take years and years to lose it and never get to that realistic goal weight. So, excuse me, had a little bit of air. I'm drinking some soda here, a diet pop. Sorry about that, and I don't want to cut this video out now because of that. Hey, it's a part of life, right? It happens. But I do apologize. Was talking and I had that air from the drinking of the soda. But anyways, everybody wants to get there. Everybody wants to get to that goal weight, and they want to live that healthy life. And we've tried so many different diets. I was on like 5 different diets in my life. One, I really succeeded pretty good, lost 114 pounds, but went right back. I think that was a Richard Simmons diet. I mean, there's so many ways out there, but it didn't work, because as soon as you go back to trying to up calories and things like that, you gain weight. Not on the keto. That's another awesome thing on keto, is once you get to maintenance, you get to up the calories. I eat 22 to 2,500 calories a day at 5'3", at 128 to 130 pounds, and I maintain that. I've been doing that for almost 2 years. It's amazing, just amazing, and hard for me to comprehend and understand. But I was taught professionally. I was told all this stuff, and how it works. So the ketogenic, like I said, that is what it is. That's how your macros are made up. And it's a big word, like I said, for fat burning mode. So your body's always burning fat for fuel. Use that fat and let that fat burn, and let it burn your weight off and get to that goal weight. Let it work. Don't eat all the heavy fat right away. Don't use the oils and butters and all that. Cook in water, cook in nonstick pans, eat lower fat meats, stuff like that, and just get to your goal. And then you get to eat the way I eat every single day: the nuts, the butter, the oils, the heavy fat steak with tons of butter on it, and all the good things. So that is what the keto is a high fat, low carb diet, which is 20 carbs or less a day, and high fat either from your body or the foods you put in if you are skinny and in maintenance mode, or need to gain weight because you're too skinny. So that's how you're going to eat. And then you'll eat more than 75% fat. You'll eat probably around 100 grams of fat a day. I would say you would do that, or maybe a little lower, but that will help you gain. My nephew had to do that to gain weight. I've got lots of people doing the keto. They are, living, life so happily, and they have, just changed so many things in their life. I've changed so many things in my life. I was on 20 medications. I have a heart condition called postpartum cardiomyopathy. Nothing would heal my heart. No matter what diet I did, nothing would heal my heart. I was on those meds for 20 years, or how long did I do? No, 17 years. And then I got on the keto way of life, and within just a few months, my medicines were being taken away. And I was on it mostly for the heart, but there was a few for my stomach, because I had stomach problems. I had IBS and GERD and all of that. Got off those meds for that, got off the meds for the high blood pressure, got off the meds for the cholesterol. The rest were all heart medications, and I got off all of them. I'm on one med today, which is called Corig. It is a beta blocker, but I'm on a very, very low dose of it, and I don't even believe I even need that. The doctor says, I could take it away, but I just want to make sure, because your heart did improve. You're almost back to completely normal, but it has that little bit of pooling that you do. So let's just keep this one pill in very low, just to make sure that we're watching, and we'll check you again in 2 years. So it's coming up on my 2-year mark, I believe it is, to have it checked again. He said if it's doing good, we'll just wipe that one out too. But just amazing. I thought I would be living on meds forever. You don't want to live on meds, you guys, because meds come with side effects. I mean, we just recently, like I said on TV, it said something about Zantac is causing kidney cancer. What? Like, all these meds later on in life come up and tell you what they do and how they can hurt you. So you want to get off these meds. You don't want to be on these meds. No, they are not meds that you want to be on, because of all the side effects. Our bodies, what did we do back in Bible time or ancestor time? There were none of these meds, but there also was none of these foods causing all this obesity and high blood pressure and diabetes in everybody, and just everybody getting sick and dying young. I lost my dad at 48 years old. He was 48 when he died of obesity. I lost him so young. People are dying so young because of the way we eat. I hear people daily say, I'm so tired, I'm so weak, I can't think straight, because our foods are getting worse. They're getting worse. And all these fast food restaurants, offering these dollar burgers, and that's where everybody's going because it's cheap, quick, and easy to grab on the go. Well, grab that burger, just take the bun off of it and the ketchup, and you can eat 10 of them. Then it's okay. It's weird that you would think that the meat part and the bacon and the cheese is okay to eat and we're going to lose weight. It's the bun that's bad and the ketchup that's bad, because it has the sugar in it and the carbs. Isn't that weird? But yeah, you wouldn't want to eat like 10 of those if you're trying to lose weight, like me, somebody in maintenance mode. But I'm just saying, it's just, we didn't know how to eat. We need to learn how to eat. So that's what the ketogenic is. Now, how you're going to eat on the ketogenic. It's a no grain, no sugar way of life. So you're not going to have pasta anymore, rice anymore, beans, like brown beans. You're not going to eat any kind of like breads, obviously, potatoes, anything starchy like corn or peas. You're not going to do like milk anymore. You're going to do almond milk as your milk, but the unsweetened vanilla is which one you want to get, or just the unsweetened. You won't be doing yogurts anymore, except for the Two Good yogurts. They finally came out with a yogurt that we can have. Ice creams, you saw that I showed you that Rebel ice cream that we can have. They are definitely getting on board. The food industry is getting on board, bringing more and more stuff out. They have the Quest pizza now. So you can have pizza, which there's so many recipes for pizza. But yeah, you're not going to be eating any more grains anymore or no more sugars. But I show you all the sweet treats that they're making now too. Slim Fast is making all those bombs and the cookies by Quest and all the good things that you still get to eat something sweet like the yogurt and stuff like that. So we don't need all those bad, horrible foods. It's just a no grain, no sugar way of life. You're basically going to be eating protein. So meats, cheese, eggs, and veggies. Good green leafy veggies. And that's where your carbs are going to come in. Now, no, on the ketogenic, when you're doing that, you can do what's called total carb. You count whatever the carb says for the day and do only 20 in a day. Try to stick with 6 or less if you're doing more than one, more than one meal. If you're doing one meal, then you can, do more. But you want to try to stick with 6 or less in one sitting. But the thing is it's, the point of it, and I just lost my train of thought for a split second because I was thinking of two things. Let's see here. I was saying that 6 or less in one sitting. The total carb or regular. So you can count total carb, which would count on, whatever's got the carb that you're going to eat, which is basically going to be, meats don't really have carbs. Eggs does, even though it says 0, it's like a 0.6. So make sure for every 2 eggs, you count it as 1 carb. Cheese says 0. Most cheeses say 0. It is a 0.6. So make sure if you have like 2 ounces of cheese, you count that as a carb. Seasonings have carb. Not a lot of people know that it has carb because it says 0. They're starting to get on board with some things and putting in the right numbers and things. But just know that some things that say 0 are not 0. But anyway, so you just want to make sure that you're watching that and, and counting that. So you can do total carb or you can do what's called net carb, which is where you deduct on your like veggies. God, I stuttered there for a second. Deduct on your veggies the dietary fiber. Okay, so if it says 6 carb, 3 dietary fiber, what would that be? Well, then it would be a 3 net carb. So it's now you've had 3 carbs for the day. That's called the net. Some people do total carbs, some people do net. If you do net, then you're actually getting more than 20 in a day, but you're able to do it when you're deducting the fiber. Again, on something sweet, you can deduct the fiber off of it and you can deduct the alcohol sugar. But the only sugars that we're supposed to have on keto is erythritol, stevia, or monk fruit. Those are the 3 that you can have on keto. If you do have things like soda, which has got sucralose or aspartame, I do the aspartame. It's the one that doesn't kick me. This one has aspartame in it. But I did do sucralose and in the beginning, and I still did lose, but now I can't. It does kick my color down, so I stick with aspartame, but I don't drink a lot of soda because I try not to do a lot of it. But they make now what's called Zevia. It is a soda in different flavors, and you can get it at Hy-Vee has it, and I believe there's a few gas stations that have it. And you can order it online, I believe. That is the one that's made with stevia. That's why it's called Zevia. That one you can have all you want because it's made with the right sugar. But something like this, just be careful with sodas because of the sugar isn't the right one. But I'm in maintenance. I know what kicks me. I know what doesn't. You got to learn your body. It's important to learn your body. Okay? So that being said, you can do total carbs or net carbs. So that's what you're going to do. You stick at 20 a day. And then, like I said, you're going to keep the fat low. And if you're trying to do it for weight loss, so go under that 75% and use most of it off your body. And then, of course, like I said, 20% protein. And that's important. That's an important macro. Make sure you stick with the 20% on that. But that's what you're going to do, and that's how you're going to eat. So meat, cheese, eggs, good green leafy veggies, all right? Yes, we can't have the milk anymore, can't have the cereal, but I've come up with ideas for cereal. They are coming out with keto cereals, and some channels show it already, that they have keto cereals. They're coming up with the yogurt now, the 2 good yogurts that we can have, the ice cream now that we can have, all the keto sweet treats that we can have now. They are definitely getting on board because so many people are doing keto because it's changing America. Or the whole world. I always say America. It's changing the whole world. And so, of course, the food industry is losing money because we're going on this way of life and we're not eating the breads and the pasta and all that anymore. So they have to, make their money. So they got to do something. They got to come out with products that we're going to buy. So, and there's always an alternative. For rice, it's the cauliflower rice. For potatoes, it's the cauliflower mash. For noodles, they have the zoodles you can do, or like those noodles that I show you, those protein noodles, the shirataki noodles. You can do those noodles. You could do a squash noodle. I think it's called spaghetti squash. You can do that. So there are ways of doing noodles. There's always an alternative. For bread, you can do the almond flour to make bread. If you're allergic to it, there's different recipes to make bread. There's actually a keto bread out at Aldi's. Our Aldi's doesn't have it yet. I believe you can look online and order it, but there is a 0 carb bread. We don't know yet. I want to read the ingredients on it. Not sure if it truly is, but they're starting to make breads now that you can buy that are keto, approved. I mean, give it another few years and keto is going to be giant. Everything that we ate before is going to be available and ready for us in the breads and all of that. And we'll be able to eat it because it will be keto. So it's just amazing, this way of life. I love it. My whole world has changed. Like I told you guys, I'm happier than I could ever be. I feel great every single day. It has changed everything in my life. My heart got better. I, focus better. I just feel amazing. I'm big on the 24-hour fasting. Now, keto and intermittent fasting go hand in hand. That's another thing to know on keto. Make sure you do at least a 16-hour fast. So 16 hours where you're not eating, 8 hours where you are. And most of that you're sleeping. So if you stop eating at like 7 o'clock at night, the next day at 7, that's 12 hours. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. By 11, you can eat, 11 a.m. That's 16 hours. So just, figure that in. Try to do a 16-hour fast. If you can't do it right away, which I believe you can, I believe in all of you. I did it as easy as pie. It was nothing for me to do it. So just don't say you can't, because I know you can. But if it is hard, start off with like 8 hours or 6 hours and work up to 8 and then 10 and try to get to that 16 hour, because intermittent fasting and keto go hand in hand. You need those two together to work. And 24-hour fasting is even better. That's what I do. Even though I'm in maintenance, I eat all my calories in one sitting, one meal a day. I love that because the brain fog is better. You hit autophagy. Even alternate day fasting. I did that for a while. I loved it. And I do that once in a while where I won't eat a full 40 hours and then I eat. I mean, it's just fasting and keto was something that was way back in Bible time. Read the Bible. Listen to how long people lived. They lived 150, 160, 180 years. Now, I don't know if their timing was the same as ours, but I'm just saying they lived these long lives. They never, you never heard of people getting super sick in the Bible and all of that because they had to eat off the land. They had to kill for their food, kill, feast, and then fast. They would kill their animal, they would eat it, and then they would have to fast for days before they could kill it again, and they ate off the land the fruits and veggies. Now, that's another thing that we don't do is our fruits are made differently. We don't do a lot of fruits. All we do is berries, raspberries, or strawberries. One big strawberry is one large strawberry is 1 carb, or one medium is 1 carb, and 4 raspberries is 1 carb. So it adds up quickly. But those are the only fruits you can do. I know you're going to say, well, fruits are good for you. Well, first of all, fruits are not even made good anymore. But no, it's not something that we have to have, okay? So stay away from the fruits. And 1 apple is 30 carbs, already 10 over what you can have for the day. And it's got so much natural sugar in it that, yes, you would say, well, that's good for you. But if you're a diabetic, it knows no different if you're eating a candy bar or an apple. So the fruits, just strawberries or berries. And veggies is all veggies except for brown beans, corn, peas, things like that would be more starchy. You wouldn't want to eat because it's not even a veggie anyways, all right? But you can do zucchini, you can do cauliflower, you can do green beans, you can do broccoli, you can do asparagus, you can do Brussels sprouts, you can do cabbage. Just watch the amount on that. You can do tomatoes, but be very careful with tomatoes and onions. They're a little bit carbier, but you still can have, still can have it. Just be careful because they're a little bit more carbier. I think for like a medium pepper is like 5 carbs. So then you would just eat like just a few pieces of it, just be careful. There are some people out there that have nightshades where they can't have tomatoes, hot sauces, peppers, onions, stuff like that. So be careful of that. But this way of life also is a diuretic way of life. It gets rid of inflammation. And I read that when I read that video to you, when I told you all the good benefits. It's going to make you urinate so much in the beginning. You'll lose 8 to 10 pounds in the first week. Like, it's crazy how much water and liquid comes off of you. I used to retain fluid, and doing this diet, I have to eat 35 to 4,000 milligrams a day, and so do you. You need to make sure you do that. And it's not just in the salt shaker. You need to get it in foods. And the best salts to use is sea salt or pink salt. Stay away from table salt. Table salt will make you retain. You want pink salt or sea salt. Both of them are very good for you and clean salts to eat. But you're going to be doing a lot of salt. In the beginning, you're going to want to keep, like the pink salt on hand. You're going to need a tablespoon of that to 16 ounces of water. And you put it in and drink it down if you're feeling weak, tired, fatigued, dizzy. Those are all signs of electrolyte drop because you're urinating so much because this is getting rid of so much inflammation and fluid. So you need to be cautious of that and don't be afraid of salty foods. We get to eat the salty foods now and we need the salty foods. So don't be afraid of that. But if you don't have salt on hand one day and you're feeling shaky and weak, you can also do a shot of pickle juice, or you can do a bouillon cube like chicken or beef. The cube, do that. That will give you the salt right away, just until you can get to the store and get the real salt. But the best way to do it, and everybody will tell you, my doctor told me, is a tablespoon of salt with 16 ounces of water. Pour it in, or what do they say? Yeah, I think I'm saying it right. With every 2 liters, that's what it is. With every 2 liters, it's a tablespoon of pink salt. So do 2 liters and a tablespoon of pink salt or sea salt. Shake it up and drink it down. If you don't like that and can't do it, I add a little bit of that Mio to it. Now, I know the Mio's done with the Circlose. So if you can't do that, then do it like in a Powerade. Again, that has Circlose too. If you want to put it in something like a can of pop, like the Zevia or something, you could do that too. But if you can get it down, just quickly try to drink it down. It's not as hard as you think. Just try to get it down and you're going to feel great within a few hours. Like I said, my whole life has changed. The only thing that didn't change for me but did subside more was palpitations. I deal with palpitations. I have for 21 years. It's a family genetic thing. It's extra heartbeats. I've wore monitor after monitor after monitor because of my heart condition. I just keep telling the doctor, well, it's scary. I want to wear one again. And they keep coming back to me saying, you wore it. I saw the palpitations. All it is extra heartbeats. It's nothing to do with your heart condition. It's nothing to do with the way you eat. You just genetically have extra heartbeats. And because you now have panic anxiety disorder back, when I had it really bad, you cause even more. So that's why I do it. And a lot of people get palpitations. So the what you look for in a palpitation, it could be lack of salt, magnesium, potassium. Those are the things that can make it palpitate. Could be air pockets from eating too fast, from drinking soda, things like that can give you palpitations. The only time to worry about a palpitation, my doctor told me, is if you have severe chest pain, like an elephant is sitting on your chest. Now, an elephant, not a little chest pain, an elephant. Or you are so shortness of breath you can't breathe at all. A little shortness of breath is because you're scared. I'm talking about shortness of breath where you cannot breathe at all. Or the palpitations are continuing to go and you're not getting, you pass out. There are people that actually faint. Okay, that's an irregular heartbeat and something is wrong. But if they're like me, for 21 years I've been getting them and I don't get dizzy, I don't get chest pain, I don't get that. I do get a little bit dizzy, but that's because I get scared and then I get more. Or, like sometimes it'll go a little longer, but the doctor has checked mine. He has seen it. He said it's fine. I wore one monitor one time for 30 days. They checked my heartbeat for 30 days and they said, whoa, you get a lot of palpitations, but they're all just extra heartbeats. So I just make sure I watch my potassium level. And this was before even doing keto. Since doing keto, I get a lot less. But if I am lacking potassium or magnesium, I will feel a little bit more. So I know just to get the salt in and all of that. So don't get scared if you're getting palpitations, as long as you don't have all that, you don't faint, you're not having an elephant on your chest, and you're not so shortness of breath you can't breathe. Other than that, it's fine. Just relax and get the salt in that you need in, or just know that it's just extra heartbeats. You can have your doctor check it out. But a lot of people deal with palpitations. I didn't even know that. And I guess in my family, it's genetic. My brother Rob has had it for years. My mom has had it most of her life. And I get it more now, my OBGYN said, because of the electrodes in the heart are different, because I'm finally going through pre-menopausal. You can go through that for 10 years. And my mom was at about the same age. She said it usually goes by your mother. She was around the same age. I'm 44 years of age. So I'm starting to go through that pre. And they said during the time that your cycle's coming, the electrodes are different in the heart because your hormones are different, because things are changing now. I'm going to, go through this pre-menopausal and then go through my change of life. So my mom remembers getting a lot of them during that time too, a lot of palpitations. It never scared her though, but they do scare me. And I wish I wasn't scared, because I've been told so many times not to be scared, but I have panic anxiety disorder. I have pretty much cured that from doing keto, and my doctor said she hears a lot of that. So I have cured it, but it still is scary. It feels like my heart's like turning in my body. Like if you have that, let me know. Let me know down below if you get palpitations, if you understand what I'm talking about, where you feel the flip-flop in the heart, or you actually, are testing and you hear it go beat, beat, stop, beat, 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 stop, beat, stop, beat, stop, beat, beat, stop, like that. That is a palpitation. If your heart is racing, that's a different kind of palpitation. Okay, I don't get that. I don't get the racing of the heart. I just get the heartbeat where it stops. And you literally feel that, like in your throat, you feel your heart stop and start beating. Well, the doctor said they're not concerned because mine always goes back to normal beat. I don't have any regular beats. She said the odds of your ever being like efibrillation or anything are like 1 in a billion. She said, we've looked at yours because yours is something genetic and it's just extra heartbeats you get. So I don't know. I have no idea. I thought it was related to the heart condition, but it's not, because it seemed like I started getting them when I developed my heart condition, but I also developed anxiety then because I was so scared, knowing at 22 years old, I had the heart of an 83-year-old. Who wouldn't get scared from that? So I developed anxiety from it, and that's what started bringing the palpitations on. And it would be days if I had too much salt, because my body retains salt. Now I don't retain salt. I get rid of it. Now I get palpitations from, needing potassium. But the doctor does check my potassium, my magnesium all the time. It's always good. The numbers are always good. It's supposed to be between 3 and 5. I'm always closer to 5 for potassium, and magnesium, I don't remember the number for that, but I'm always right on track for magnesium too. So, and I don't even take potassium or magnesium. I don't take that. They say, the doctor says don't take extra potassium like over the counter, because it can be dangerous to have too much potassium. And magnesium can be taken. You can take that, but it's the magnesium malate is the one you're supposed to take, not the sulfate. That one will actually make you run to the bathroom more. You want the malate, and you take it at bedtime. But discuss it with your doctor on the dose to take if you are getting the palpitations or having problems. It could be that due to this way of life too, because it could be that our levels are low. We just don't get enough in our food. So it is good to take magnesium, but potassium, make sure you talk to the doctor about that. You only need that if you have a deficiency in potassium. So you do not need to take extra. She said it actually can be dangerous to have too much potassium and also too low of potassium. So she always checks mine, but I'm fine. And I get it through the salt. But anyways, that is a rundown of keto and how keto works and how amazing it is and all the benefits I read to you in my last video. It's just amazing, and how it works. Like I said, those are the way you're going to eat. It's so easy. Just grab some meat, cheese, eggs, and good green leafy veggies and get on board, and you're going to love this way of life. Go into my playlist. Look up my recipes. I've got tons of recipes to teach you how to eat. I know a lot of people will say, well, can you give me a grocery list or something? I've done keto hauls. Go look at my keto hauls on how to eat. You'll learn, and you can go out and do that same grocery list. I just did a clean keto on a budget, $150 for a month worth of food for 2 people, and it was amazing. Like, that food lasted me over a month. Let me tell you that, it lasted me over a month. So just definitely, but I eat 1 meal a day, and it's me and my husband, but that's okay. Just get on board. Change your life. This is a new life, 2020. They say 2020 is perfect vision. Well, 2020 is a great number. Let's make 2020 your year, okay? And get healthy and do the ketogenic way of life. It is not hard to do. You will learn. I know a lot of people say, I can't give up my bread and my pasta. Yeah, you can, because you can still have bread and you can still have pasta. I've showed you ways to do it. So you're not really giving it up. You're just doing it in a different form, and sure, when your body's, running down off of those carbs and trying to come up on the fat, running on fat, you're going to feel a little weak and tired and all that. They say something about like the keto flu. If you want to avoid that, eat heavy fats for 3 or 4 days till you see, and you're going to buy ketone strips at Walmart or any local drugstore. They're called ketone strips. You're going to urinate on them. As soon as you see that it's within a color, you're in ketosis and on your way, and then you're going to start to lower the fat. But that helps you get into keto quicker. You can get into keto within 1 to 3 weeks. The people that take 3 weeks are the ones that, are doing it not like, exactly the way. They're not watching the carb. They're not keeping the carb exactly at 20. And they're somebody that really was a heavy carb eater. They're going to have a longer, time getting in. But basically, everybody I've taught within 3 to 5 days, they're in ketosis and they're feeling great. So do it with heavy fats and basically just meat and like 5 grams of carb a day. And you'll be in keto within 2 to 3 days. In fact, my husband is back on keto. He's only on day 2 and he's already showing a color because I know how to teach. So, and he hasn't done keto forever. It's been like a while for him. He eats some of my keto foods, but he's back on keto for the year. He wants to get healthy, and already he's showing a color, and it's only been like 30 hours and he's already showing a color. So I know I am teaching correctly. I know my keto. I know it because I'm keto AF, like I tell people. And I know it. And like I said, I was taught professionally. So when I bring it to you, you can take that to the bank. I'm teaching you professionally. And I just want you to have real results. I want you to succeed like I have. I don't want you to listen to all these people saying you have to eat the fat. You have to eat the fat. This is a high fat diet. It is. So use that high fat off your body. Why would you eat it? Why would you eat the fat? Because it has to burn that fat. By the time it gets to your body fat, you're eating again. Doesn't make any sense, does it? So let it come off your body. Let that 75% come off your body, or 60% of it, and eat some of it. Of course, you're going to eat some fat. You can't eat fat-free. There's nothing in the world that is completely fat-free. So you're going to eat some fat. But don't listen to these channels that tell you to eat fat, that you're supposed to eat all this fat if you are fat. No, you use the fat on your body. There's 2 forms. When it says high fat diet, that means either in foods or from your body. Both ways are a high fat diet. Okay, your body is high fat, or when you're skinny, your foods are high fat that you're eating. So please understand, and just ask some of the people that I've taught. Go in and you can ask some questions. Ask them, did it work for you? Did you do it the way she told you, and did it work? Everyone that I told it works for them, and they got all their weight off, they're getting their weight off, or they're on their way to losing lots of weight. And they said they feel amazing, and you will, because I was taught professionally by doctors. I wouldn't tell you this unless I was taught by professionals. And I even have a heart condition. So if I can do this with a heart condition, you can too. And kids can do this. Yes, it's healthy for kids. In fact, get your whole family on board. Make this a family way of life and change everything. And you're going to feel amazing, happy, and healthy. You're going to eliminate medications. When you are feeling weird, if you are a pre-diabetic, and if you're not on any meds, fine, but if you're taking meds for diabetes, you're a type 2, make sure that the doctor knows this, because as you're doing the keto, you're going to need to get off your meds because your levels are going to drop too low. So check your levels constantly, watch them. If you're doing either pill form or you're taking insulin, you got to watch that, you guys. It's very important because you're going to drop those numbers really quick when you're not eating carbs. It's going to drop so fast that you're not going to feel well at all. But it's going to take your diabetes away. I know so many type 2 diabetics that are no longer on medication and pretty much cured their diabetes. Okay, so that being said, just watch it. Please watch it and make sure you stay in contact with your doctor and make sure you're getting off these meds or they're checking you. If you feel weak, don't take the medicine then, because you're going to lower it too low, and that can be very dangerous. Be very, very careful. The keto is going to change everything and take your diabetes away, your high blood pressure away, your cholesterol's away, your triglycerides away. It's going to take it all away, your brain fog. You're going to think clear. You're going to love your life. You're going to be living life large like I do. And you are going to love this way of life. You're going to find out that giving up regular bread versus eating the bread you make, or giving up pasta and eating the regular or the pasta that I make, you're going to find out you're going to love the foods, and you're going to love this way of life. We don't, like somebody just said to me at Christmas time, it was my sister-in-law, she said to me, but don't you miss those foods? And I said, no, because here's how I look at life. I now eat to live, not live to eat. I reversed it. So nothing in this world tastes better to me than being thin, healthy, and eliminating 19 medications. Nothing tastes better than that. Nothing. Remember that and get your life back. I was in a very dark place. When I did my 4-year journey, I cried my eyes out and told you everything that went on in my life. And I know a lot of you are going through hard times in your life too. Get out of that. Get out of that slug. Get on that keto train and be loving life again, loving it again. I'm telling you, keto's the way. And I was so afraid to do keto. My brother was doing it. My brother Rob was doing it. First off, I want to tell you that in less than 5 months, my brother lost 150 pounds. Because he dropped the fat down, used his body fat, ate the lowest fat ever, and exercised. I didn't exercise. That's why it took me a little longer. And I'm a female. Females take longer, and I'm older. So, but anyways, he did that in less than 5 months. And you know what? He just felt amazing, and he's kept it off all these years. He's going on like 5. I'm going on total over 4 years, and he's going on over 5. Almost 6 years for him. So, but he tried to get me to do it, and I just kept saying, it doesn't sound right to give up carbs. Like, I don't know, it doesn't sound right. I wouldn't do it. I was scared to death. I was scared of everything in life because of my anxiety, but I'm so glad I did it. And even if a doctor came to me today and told me, oh, the ketogenic is horrible, you need to stop now or it's going to kill you, I'll say, well, I guess that's how I'm going to die. But I'm going to die pretty happy because I'm a pretty happy person. I will never stop the keto way of life. I love it. And no, you do not need carbs to go to the gym. All that it is you need to get yourself fat adapted. So don't really go to the gym and do a bunch of weightlifting. Go to the gym and do some cardio and stuff in the beginning. But when you get fat adapted after you're in that high state of ketosis, then you can even start power lifting too, because your body's going to be running on fats. If it runs on fats, you get just as much energy if you're running on carbs. You don't need carbs to work out in the gym. That's a lie too. Don't let anybody fool you. So I hope this video was helpful. I do link my email down below if you need extra help. You want to know how to set up a macro plan, how to, what macros are, and like how each individual person is going to be different. I can help you, but I have to ask some personal questions. So send me an email and I will help you get on board. And I apologize for those of you. I think I have one woman that's been waiting on me, or somebody that does watch me. One, she wanted me to call her. I'm going to call her. I've just been really busy. I'm sorry, honey. I've been really busy. And then another lady had come in. I did lose somebody at church and just been going through some things, in my life or whatever. Not bad things, just really busy. I've been super busy after the holidays. So it's been hard. I've been trying to keep up with my videos here too because I was behind. But I will get back to you, and I'll probably get back to you before you even see this video. If not, I will definitely get back to you though. But if anybody needs help, I do get back. I do let you know right away I got your message, and I will set you up on a plan. I have set many up on a plan, and I want to set you up on a plan, and I need your help. I need you guys to help me. Right there is that subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel so that you are on board with us, and then hit that bell so you don't miss any of these wonderful uploads and all this great information that I teach. And then share my channel, please. If you want to help me and you want to help many others, share the channel because it'll help me to grow and help me to get the word out to many more. I helped, I would say close to 1,000 last year. I want to help thousands and thousands and thousands this year. I want to help many more. I'm working on my cookbook. I know a lot of you want my cookbook to get done, but that takes time. You got to get a publisher. I had a couple people that looked into me, but it takes time. I got to write all the recipes out. I've been working on that. I have a lot of them. I have over 170 recipes, like 70 some keto treats. And I want to get like some stuff in there in the middle. I'd like to have my journey in there, some photos and stuff. So it takes time, but I hope 2020 is a year that it will come out, and I will let you guys know right away when it is out. And I hope and pray for me that it gets published. I really hope it does. There are some keto books out there, but mine's going to be quick, easy, inexpensive keto meals and treats. And then it'll have, hopefully I can share some of my journey. But anyways, I'm 40 minutes in and I'd like to, get going. I don't want to make these videos too long, but I just hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you got a lot out of it. That's the ketogenic way of life, and it is a way of life. And I want all of you on that keto train. And don't do any of those cheat days because they just mess with your head and mess with your mind and stop that weight loss. And use your body fat. That's the old saying is, eat the fat to keep the fat. Use the fat to lose the fat. I love you guys very much. Shoot me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Everybody take care and God bless. Keto power, everyone. Keto power. Or what do I say? Always remember to keep it keto. If you want a t-shirt, send me an email and I'll make you a Keep It Keto to make you strong and stay on board. I can make you a tank, a t-shirt, a long sleeve t-shirt, a sweatshirt, or a hoodie, whatever you want. Send me a link down, or send me an email down below and I'll make you a Keep It Keto t-shirt. I love you guys very much. Take care and God bless. Again.